From Francis Asbury Park in Fox Hill, WHCS Cable Channel 5 presents Peninsula District Softball. The Lady Crabbers and the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to a warm and sunny Francis Asbury Park for this contest between the 1-7 Hampton Crabbers and the home-standing 6-2 Kecoughtan Warriors. Bob, this, of course, the annual clash between these two longtime rivals. We should have a good game this afternoon. This is fast-pitch softball.
Right, Tim, I was looking at the record that Kecoughtan holds the upper hand on the overall series with Hampton, 17-8. The Crabbers are struggling a little bit. I was talking to Coach Beth Mayer, and she said this is the best bunch of girls that she's ever had on a team. Really enjoys working with them.
And you're looking at the Hampton Crabbers, Lady Crabbers.
And she said we just almost like we don't know how to win. And so it's they're getting ready to head into the second half of the season, and I hope they come around real good. On the other hand, Kecoughtan has really been a power.
We're going to show you the Hampton lineup as the first batter is Vivian Washington. She is the center fielder, and she fouls off the first pitch and is behind on the count. No balls and one strike. There you see the first half of the starting lineup. There are 9 players. Squares around a bunt, and strike 2 is called.
And that was the second half that you saw up there. Obviously, what they're trying to do is get a base runner. That's why they're trying to bunt, but she's got 2 strikes on her now. If you get a chance, Tim, you've got the officials' names. I gave them to you.
Yes, Bill Petridge is the plate umpire, and Bill Gregory is the base umpire for this afternoon's contest. 7 innings. And the pitcher for Kecoughtan is Emily, or is that Emmy Whiting, and a base hit to right field by Vivian Washington. Let me double check.
Your pitcher is Emmy, E-M-M-Y.
Yeah, it is Emmy. I just wanted to make certain of that. This is our first opportunity to see both of these teams, so we ask your forgiveness as we try to become familiar with these young ladies as we go along. The batter now for the Crabbers is Missy Reitman. And Washington is going on the pitch, and they say no play.
She left early, Tim.
So she will be out, as a matter of fact, for leaving first base early. You can leave, you can steal, but you must wait until the ball is released by the pitcher to do so. So she left early, and for that reason, she is called out. Vivian trying to get a jump on the pitcher, and a strike called to Missy Reitman. 1-1 the count. Just underway here, top half of the first inning. Ball is low in the dirt.
This evidently is the first time that Emmy has pitched. No, I'm sorry. Who's that pitching?
The lineup as was given to me, Bob. You going to start this with me again here?
Yeah, it's Kim Messick is pitching for the Warriors, and she's.
All right, let's get it straight here. It is Kim Messick. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
so
you blew my mind.
We're okay now.
Hey, let's get it right here, Timothy.
There we go.
No, I was right. We just looked. Oh yeah, okay.
So Kim Messick is our pitcher. We're underway now. 2 outs. And the batter is Brandy Cleveland. I apologize for that. I was looking on the wrong part of the chart here. Emmy Whiting is, in fact, the second baseman for Kecoughtan.
Well, Kim has pitched 43 innings, Tim, and has struck out 45. So she's an ERA of .98 isn't bad.
There you see a good shot of her and the count. Actually, there are 2 outs. That pitch is inside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to the batter, Brandy Cleveland. We have some statistics on Miss Brandy.
Yeah, if I can find them.
She hits the ball to left field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. So the Crabbers with 2 hits in the top half of the first inning. But only one base runner at this point, and Jenny Reitman will step to the plate. She is the first baseman. 1 on, 2 out. Pitch is low, gets away from the catcher, and advancing to second will be Brandy Cleveland.
Well, I know that Brandy's a fast runner, has got a lot of experience. She not only plays shortstop, also as a pitcher. Now we've got Jenny up, right? Okay, let me see if I can find something on Jenny.
Jill Green, the catcher this afternoon for the Warriors. This is a little bit low. Richard McDonald, the head coach over at Kecoughtan, and Beth Mayer, the Crabber coach for the Lady Crabbers.
Well, this young lady made honorable mention last year in all district, Tim. Jenny did. Her fielding average is .997. She's very steady, good steady hitter.
Messick delivers. Strike called. 2-2 is the count. Runner on second, 2 away here in the top of the first. No score. Runner is going, and she is out at third, trying to steal.
Nice throw by the catcher that time. Had plenty of time. Got her right in as she slid right into the tag.
Jill Green, the catcher, throws out Brandy Cleveland, and that will be the third out of the top half of the first inning.
Well, you can see one thing that the Crabbers are trying to get some things going. They tried the steal on the first pitch, and the first batter got on Tim, and when she left too early, was called out, and then on the she's trying to get people into running position. I'm sure that Beth is trying to get some things going with her team, but it goes for naught.
We'll get a chance to watch that last play here. You'll see the attempt at the steal, the pitch, or rather the throw to the third baseman well in time, and the umpire right on top of the play, calling the runner out. So 2 hits in the top half of the first inning, no runs, and no one left after 1/2 of an inning. It's Hampton and Kecoughtan scoreless, with the Warriors coming to the plate with Chrissy Lowry, the leadoff batter. Kim Messick, who again I want to apologize for messing up the pitching rotation here. Kim Messick, the pitcher, will be up second, and April Brunette will be up third. She is the right fielder.
The varsity fast pitch softball history over there at Kecoughtan, last year they had 14 wins, 5 losses. They were second in the district, and they lost in a playoff to the Bethel High School Bruins, if you remember. The school record since 1983 is 129 wins and 62 losses and 1 tie. And that includes 12 games that were forfeited in '83 when they had an ineligible player. Played the whole season, Tim, had an ineligible player, so they had to count all those games as losses. They very consistent over there at Kecoughtan. They've had 3 district champions, 1 regional champion, 1 state runner-up, and 4 second-place finishers. It's the only Peninsula team ever to finish in the state competition, in the finals.
Sally Ryan will be the pitcher for the Lady Crabbers, and she will be pitching to Missy Reitman, who will play catcher this afternoon for Hampton. Leadoff batter, Chrissy Lowry. She is the third baseman. Made that good tag a while ago.
Well, this young lady played at Phoebus last year, transferred to Kecoughtan, and they were glad to get her. She's stepped right into that third base spot.
Second pitch is also low, so the count is 2-0 to the batter. Crabbers quickly getting behind on the count. Or Kecoughtan ahead on the count, how you want to look at that. Pitch is a call strike. Our umpire this afternoon, Mr. Petridge, takes a moment to signal the strike, so I'm going to be listening for him as well as looking at him. 3-1 the count. Bottom half of the first inning, no score. You're watching Hampton and Kecoughtan from Francis Asbury Park. Girls fast pitch softball. This one is hit to the shortstop, who makes the play. That was Brandy Cleveland, making the grab for the first out.
Well, those are the kinds you need. Nice little easy pop. Not something you have to jam. Made about 2-3 steps over to the left, brought it in.
The pitcher, Kim Messick, steps to the plate.
Tim, this young lady's just a freshman. She also was on a JV basketball team. Very high on her. The coaching staff and everybody I've talked to, I heard about her when she was as an 8th grader. I heard she was an excellent pitcher. In fact, the young lady was just up here, Kara Alexander, will be going to Kecoughtan. She's also a fast pitch softball. She's got a couple years before she gets Kecoughtan.
Hit sharply to the third baseman, Jenny Williams, over in time. A nice play by Jenny Williams. You talk about the hot spot, the hot box. That was a shot to the third baseman.
Well, she did a great job of staying in front of the ball, Tim, and then just an excellent throw. I mean, that had to be perfect, no doubt. You couldn't be a little late or a little high or low with it. It had to be right on the money.
And that brings up April Burnett. April takes the first pitch low for a ball. She is the right fielder. Here's a chance to watch the replay. You'll see the runner on that play. What you did not see is an excellent play by the third baseman to throw out the runner and retire the second batter. 2-0 the count on April.
April Burnett, just a junior, also a varsity cheerleader. And all these gals do other things at Kecoughtan, and they're all excellent students, as are the young ladies on the Crabber team.
Call strike, 2 balls and 1 strike, hit sharply to the shortstop. And over to first, not in time. So good speed down the base path by April Burnett. Beats out the infield hit, and that was truly an infield hit as the ball was fielded cleanly, but couldn't get her because of the speed.
Yeah, and I thought first that maybe the throw was a little high, but her foot did not come off the bag. The runner just beat it out, as you said.
So the center fielder, Valerie White, steps in with 2 away.
Oh, man, you talk about a young lady that's been excellent over there at Kecoughtan. Valerie White was one of the only young ladies.
Here's a chance to watch the hit, and you're going to see the good speed.
Well, the foot did come up off the ground. I take that back. That's why you have instant replay.
Yeah, I still think she would have beaten it out, though. She was looked like she was going to be safe. That was good speed on her part, and ball a little high didn't help the Hampton cause, but she is at second now after moving down. 3-0 the count to Valerie White.
Tim, this is the first time that Coach McDonald can remember that a underclassman made first team all-regional, and Valerie White did last year as a junior. And he said that is very unusual. Most of the young ladies that make the all-regional team are seniors.
Call strike, 3-1 the count. That one is a little high, ball 4. So Valerie White will take a base on balls. And now with 2 runners on and 2 away, the batter will be the DH. That's number 4, Sherry Roberts, and she will bat in place of the first baseman, Sarah Woolsey.
Sherry also on the varsity basketball team. Let's see what she is.
Pitch is low for a ball. Outfielders are playing very shallow. Low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2 runners on. Nobody has scored for either team here. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. This one is outside, ball 3. So Sally Ryan having a little difficulty finding the strike range. And this one will be a call strike.
Caught the corner.
Sherry Roberts got an on-base average of .391. She hits the ball sharply to third base, over for the unassisted putout, and the 3rd out of the inning.
She got herself out of a little bit of trouble. Ended up with 2 runners on there, but no runs.
No runs and just the one hit. So we've played one full inning, and we have no score between Hampton and Kecoughtan. Due up for the Hampton Crabbers in the top half of the second inning will be the first baseman, Jenny Reitman, who was at bat when the runner, Brandy Cleveland, was thrown out attempting to steal. So she'll get a brand new count. And she'll be followed by Tori Howard and Jenny Williams. There's Tori Howard, a name you and I are very familiar with from the basketball season.
Well, and I'm even more familiar with her. She goes with my church, so I get to see her every Sunday anyways. Very competitive young lady.
Quite a good athlete. We were very impressed with her during the basketball season. A real hard worker. She's always hustling out there. Temperature at game time in the upper 80s to near 90, probably the very warmest day of the entire year so far. There you see our base umpire. That is Bill Gregory.
As the plate umpire says, that's Mr. Gregory to him. So I don't know what that had to do with anything, but oh.
We're about set to start the top half of the second. And Jenny Reitman, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, I think so.
Reitman or Reitman?
She's batting about 370, Tim.
She takes a called strike. Hit foul down the third base line. Kim Messick, the pitcher, with an ERA of .98. 43 innings. She has allowed just 25 hits. And this one gets away from her. This one is high up on the screen.
Yeah, that just kind of like it kind of stuck to her finger that time. She didn't get rid of it. She really has been the workhorse for the Warriors.
Swing and a miss. And a strikeout is recorded as Jenny Reitman goes down swinging. And now Tori Howard, number 20. She is the right fielder. First pitch to Tori is a little high for a ball.
She's one of the co-captains. Great attitude. Batting just 208, but started catching and needed to move somebody out in the field, and they moved her out in the field. She'll play wherever you want her.
Takes the ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. And this is a call strike, evening the count at 2-2. 1 away, top of the second, no score. In the dirt, 2-2. Kim Messick's record on the season, 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 save. Swing and a miss, actually a foul tip. And a second strikeout of the inning recorded by Kim Messick. She has 3 in the ball game now. And this brings up the third baseman, Jenny Williams.
And the other co-captain on this team was all district 92 and 93. She's their long ball hitter, Tim. She really hit the ball well.
She takes the first pitch for a strike.
Been playing for 4 years.
Pitch is just outside for a ball.
Oh, man, he called that a strike.
Check that. Caught the corner. And again, I mentioned only the fact that I predetermined the call because the umpire does take a moment to signal whether it's a strike or not. This one is fouled away. So Messick ahead of the batter. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 away here. in the top of the second. In the dirt. Interestingly, in girls softball, it is not required of the players to wear a hat. They can if they choose. They don't have to. Some of the players do. It looks like the outfielders have a hat on. Second baseman does, but everyone else.
Yeah, you would think you'd want it to help keep the sun out of your eyes, especially out in the field. I can see why the fielders would have it, but
on a day like this, you do. That sun is really high and bright today. Swing and a miss. So Messick strikes out the side in the second inning. In order, Reitman, Howard, and Williams go down swinging. So the Crabbers, after picking up 2 hits in the first inning, go quietly in the second. And we move now to the bottom half of the second inning. And the batters due up will be April Edwards, Jill Roberts, and Jill Green. I think I've heard all 3 of those names before.
You probably have.
Those young ladies, I think all 3 of them play on the basketball team, if I'm not wrong.
You're right. All 3 of them do. You're right. April Edwards, varsity basketball. Jill Roberts, varsity basketball. Sherry Roberts, varsity basketball. You've been looking at my notes?
No, actually, in spite of my short-term memory.
I was going to say, you got your memory working better than mine.
Working better than usual. April Edwards, it would seem like she has been over here for a number of years. She has played in 43 innings so far this season and is batting a cool .364 with an on-base percentage of .607.
Well, April has a great chance of breaking the school record for putouts that has been held by another young lady that you and I are very familiar with, and that's Amber Roughton.
So April will lead off to start the bottom half of the second inning. On a very warm afternoon, this game videotaped on Monday, the 25th of April, 1994. First pitch to April Edwards with a called strike. Swing and a miss on the second pitch. So quickly, Sally Ryan ahead of the batter. This one hit to the shortstop, and she has trouble with it. She will not get the runner, but to her credit, she stayed with it. That was may have taken a tough hop on her.
Well, it just as she went down, it just seemed like it just hopped and hit the heel of her glove and went right up. I mean, it wasn't, she was in great position to get the ball, but you're right, she stayed with it, didn't panic. The runner didn't advance any further, but that's going to have to be charged as an error.
So Brandy Cleveland with the tough chance, unable to get the runner. And we've got a runner now, April Edwards, and the batter is Jill Roberts, batting from the left side of the plate, going on the pitch and making it in easily with the stolen base. Jill Roberts plays left field for the Warriors.
Jill is just a sophomore, Tim, so look for her for 2 more years over here.
Shows bunt, but does not go. Now they had the runner trapped between the bases, but unfortunately for Hampton, the catcher could not pick up the ball, couldn't get a hold of it, and the runner advances to third. So we have our first real scoring threat here, and now with that in mind, we'll see Jill Roberts switch and bat right-handed. Switch hitter.
And she's batting .389.
And she is looking at a 3-0 count as Sally Ryan having some control difficulty here. Again, she shows bunt. The ball is high, and she'll take the base. So runners at first and third, and nobody out still. And the batter will be Jill Green, the catcher. Jill batting .300 on the season. And the runner going, the ball is cut off, and scoring on the stolen base is April Edwards for the first run of the ball game. And on the play, Jill Roberts advances all the way to third. So they had a play set up, did the Crabbers. They were going to fake the throw to the attempted steal of second. The shortstop came in, Brandy Cleveland, cut the ball off. But again, the good speed of April Edwards allowed her to beat the throw at home and score the first run of the afternoon. We get a chance to see this action again real quickly. You'll see the ball thrown and breaking for home plate. Ball got there just a little late, and then it deflected off of the catcher's glove. I don't believe she would have had her in any case.
No, I don't think so either, Tammy. I think you're right.
So runner at third, and still nobody out. Lays down a nice looking bunt. They fake the throw. Now they got the runner hung up, and the ball gets away from the third baseman and allows the run to score. So an error. Jill Roberts will score as they had her hung up between the bases, but the ball got away from the player covering third.
Well, that was a great move by the catcher, faking that throw. Had the runner is caught, and then just misplayed the ball. They couldn't catch it on the throw down.
Jill Green advances to second on the play, and now the batter is Emmy Whiting. She hits the ball to right field, and the ball drops in for a base hit. Green will go to third on the play.
Tim, that was a tough ball to handle. I mean, that sun has got to be murder out there.
Oh, it is. You can see, well, you can't see on your picture, but if you were watching the center fielder, right fielder, and the second baseman, they're all shielding their eyes as they were pretty much looking right into the sun. So the Warriors with 2 runs across, still nobody out, and runners at first and third. And the batter will be the pitcher, Kim Messick.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, check that.
I
That's
think
still Chrissy Lowry, rather.
Yeah.
Still trying to get that pitcher in there. Lowry.
Batting .333.
And the runner will go down to second with an uncontested throw. So runners at second and third now. Strike was called to Lowry. This one is outside for a ball. 1-1. Warriors have tallied twice and still have nobody out. Pitch is a little high. 2 balls and 1 strike. I like the way Mr. Petridge behind the plate keeps us informed of the count. Helps those of us who are trying to do other things keep track of it. This one is hit to left field. Left fielder has a beat on it. The shortstop comes over and makes the grab, and tagging up and scoring is Jill Green. So the Warriors get a run on the sacrifice fly.
Yeah, that was very unusual for that would look like it was the left fielder's ball. In fact, she would have probably had a better chance of throwing it out because she was coming forward. But they got the out. That's what they wanted.
It brings up now the pitcher.
Now you got the right one, right?
Kim Messick. Runner at second base. That is Emmy Whiting. First pitch is a little low for a ball.
Kim is batting .407, Tim.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and Whiting moves down to third.
Just a freshman. As I was saying earlier about here, the Kara Alexander, young lady, was up here before us in our church. That's a fast pitch softball player. Was telling me about Kim a year ago. Said that there's an 8th grader that's coming up that's really. The Kecoughtan Warriors are real high on it. I can see why, Tim, as much as she pitches, and is definitely an asset to this this team.
Messick takes ball 4, so she will go down to first base. And that'll bring up the right fielder, April Burnett. Here we see a chance at the replay of the sacrifice fly. Well, you're just out of your picture there, but the shortstop made the play, and now Messick goes down to first. Excuse me, down to second, rather. So runners at second and third, one away.
Well, April is not only a varsity cheerleader, just a junior. She was also in the homecoming court this year.
Takes the call strike. Runners at second and third, one away.
And an even 500. It's going to hit every other time she's at bat. That's not a bad player to have.
Gets away from the catcher, but the runners are unable to advance. Missy Reitman having a tough time behind the plate. A lot of the pitches are in the dirt, very low pitches from Sally Ryan, and she's having a tough time keeping up with that ball, but done a good job so far. April Burnett is the batter. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one is popped up. Catcher has a bead on it, makes the catch.
That's a lot of people think that's an easy out. That's not an easy out.
No, sir, especially with the sun like it is and that ball spinning. She did a good job, did Missy Reitman, of making the catch.
Excellent job.
And that'll bring up number 20, Valerie White. Valerie walked her first time up. 3-0 in favor of the Lady Warriors here in the bottom half of the second inning.
All district, all regional last year, varsity basketball. Here's another one that's after one of Amber Roughton's records. She should break the school record for career batting average held by Amber Roughton. Amber's got a lot of records that some of them she may lose a couple of them this year.
1-1 the count. Pitch is just inside for a ball. You're watching the Lady Crabbers and the Kecoughtan Warriors. Hampton 1-7, Kecoughtan 6-2. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz, coming to you from Francis Asbury Park. Ball is hit to the second baseman. Over to first, and she got her just in time, as again a fine play by Brandy Cleveland, a bang play.
Wow.
As, you know, we didn't mention this, but the base paths are only 60 feet.
Yeah, they not like baseball. I mean, you can get down the line to first base much faster than you can in baseball, and you're right.
So the play has to be a real good, clean play, or it's going to be an infield hit a lot of the time. So in the inning, the Warriors come up with 3 runs.
Here's the replay, Tim. And you can see Richard McDowell out there said, save. But the umpire didn't agree with him.
Never saw a coach who called her own player out. Did you ever notice that?
No, not very often.
So 3 runs across for the Warriors as we've completed 2 innings. It's 3-0 in favor of Kecoughtan. Due up for the Hampton Crabbers, the Lady Crabbers, Courtney Spangler, who is the left fielder. Tabitha Montgomery, who is the second baseman. And the pitcher, Sally Ryan, due up here in the top half of the 3rd inning. A very warm afternoon in Fox Hill. Temperature right at 90 degrees. First real summer weather we've had this year.
How many degrees would you say that was different than Friday?
Interesting, yeah. It's like we went from winter to summer forgot to have any spring in between. We did the baseball game, of course, over at Kecoughtan High School Friday afternoon, and the temperature was in the low 50s. So we were looking at about a 40-degree difference.
I remember putting my coat on when the sun went underneath one time.
Had a sweater on and long pants and was glad for it.
Courtney Spangler, Tim, is batting .314 when she makes contact with the ball. Really a hard hitter, a hard worker, just a junior, been on the team for 3 years.
2 balls and no strikes the count. As the Lady Crabbers find themselves down 3 runs and a called strike. Courtney Spangler. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count.
She kind of stepped back and got like she was bailing out, and then was too late coming into it that time. But
fouled out of play.
She does that all the time, Tim. She drops that right foot. You notice she drops that right foot back. And that's why she hit it down right field line that time. Well, it actually was foul.
Low for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to the batter. First batter here in the top half of the 3rd. Popped up and just out of play.
Oh, nice catch.
Made it over the screen.
We got a fan down there to explain how he caught that ball.
Count remains full. And ball 4 as Courtney Spangler works Kim Messick for a walk, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Tabitha Montgomery. Hits the ball on the right side. Nobody covering first. She'll be safe.
Oh, that was excellent. Like it was best place to hit that thing. She's the most improved ball player last year.
And the batter now will be the pitcher, Sally Ryan. No relation to Nolan, I guess.
Oh, Tim, you pulled that one out, didn't you?
Fouled on the first pitch. The runners will go back. No balls and 1 strike. Here you watch the last play here, and you can see what happened was the ball was hit between the first and the second baseman. Both of them went to the ball, and in doing so left first base open.
Well, this young lady started in the outfield, Tim, but then moved to pitching. She's played softball her whole life, ever since she started walking.
Swing and a miss. Good looking pitch by Kim Messick. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
Just a sophomore, been on the team for 2 years.
Nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Hampton trying to rally from a 3-run deficit, and a swing and a miss as Kim Messick got her counterpart to go for a high outside pitch for the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Messick. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Vivian Washington, who got a single her first time up. And she hits it sharply to the left side, and she will be on with her second base hit as the bases will be filled. So Vivian Washington having a good afternoon.
2 for 2, Tim, and she got up there. Remember the first 2 times the ball was pitched to her, she went, she was trying to bunt the ball and end up getting a hit, and then didn't even hesitate this time.
Now the catcher, Missy Reitman, will be the batter.
She's a junior, but just the first year she's playing. Now we got bases loaded.
First pitch is a little low for a ball. Crabbers have the bases full with just 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And this one low, gets away from the catcher, but a good job of covering home by Kim Messick. prevents Hampton from advancing. And to be quite honest, Hampton didn't even come down the line all that far. I think they'd like to play this a little safe.
Well, I tell you, Missy, Tim, just a sophomore, but it's their biggest surprise. She's got the best batting edge. She's batting .480, so, you know, if you got the bases loaded, this is the young lady you want up there.
She gets a call strike, so that one was a nice-looking pitch from Kim Messick on the inside corner to take the advantage away from Reitman. Reitman fouls this one out of play. So the bases loaded with 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The catcher, Missy Reitman, the batter for the Lady Crabbers. 2-2, excuse me, the 2-2 is the count. And ball 3 in the dirt, again gets away, but the backstop here, as you can see on your picture, is very close to the catcher, so there's very little opportunity for the runner to advance from third unless virtually she's running on the pitch. Nice breeze kicked up here.
Oh man, doesn't it feel good?
That's appreciated. And ball 4 in the dirt, and that will force a run in for the Crabbers. The Warriors trying to make a play, but it's for naught because it was a ball 4 with the bases loaded. And Courtney Spangler scores the first run for the Lady Crabbers. The bases continue to be loaded, and it brings up the shortstop, Brandy Cleveland. And I've got to tell you, I think she's done a real fine job this afternoon. She's had some tough chances out in the field and handled them well.
She really has. She's probably the fastest runner on the team. Pitches besides playing shortstop, has a lot of experience, just a natural competitive athlete, her coach says. Sophomore, been on the team for 2 years.
Pops this one up.
Has infield fly with it.
And whether it was or not, the pitch, or the catch rather, by April Edwards for the second out. I think you're right, but I've never understood the infield fly rule, so I won't start now. The batter now with 2 away is Jenny Reitman. Jenny is the first baseman. His bases are still packed with Crabbers. They have a golden opportunity here. They've gotten 1 run.
Been with the team 4 years as a senior. Honorable mention last year on the all-district team. Batting .370.
Quick throw back, almost picked off the runner. That would have been an embarrassment. Bases loaded, 2 out. This one in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. 2 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. 3-1 in favor of Kecoughtan. Messick delivers, ball hit back sharply to April Edwards. She bobbles the ball and cannot get the runner at second. 1 run in, and now the Crabbers will also get another run across, as Vivian Washington will also score behind Tabitha Montgomery. So the Crabbers have tied the ball game at 3.
Coach says this young lady, here we watch the runners coming in, Tim. Beth Mayer says about Tori Howard is great attitude.
Tori was a strikeout victim in the 1st inning. And I would assume that the official score would score that last as an error. Looked like April Edwards would have been able to get the out had she fielded the ball cleanly.
Oh, yeah, I think so, Tim.
But the error allows 2 Hampton runners to score. So Hampton now, with a 3-run rally here in the top of the 3rd, have tied the ball game.
Well, I told you that Tori started off as a catcher and then moved to the outfield. Well, the reason she moved to the outfield was her knees were starting to bother. And I can tell you, that's, if you're going to have problems with your knees, you don't want to catch.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Tori. Runners at 1st and 2nd. 3 runs in. And that's call strike 3. So Tori looks at a 3rd strike, but the Lady Crabbers are able to tie the ball game as they got 2 hits And 3 runs and an error allowed 2 of those runs to score. And there you see the score after 2.5 innings, all tied up at 3. In the bottom half of the 3rd inning, the Kecoughtan Warriors will have due up Sherry Roberts, the DH, April Edwards, and Jill Roberts. So the Crabbers, even though they are the decided underdog this afternoon, showed the comeback power. Tallied 3 times in the 3rd. That action taking place as the ball was misplayed by the shortstop, April Edwards.
It was one of those times, Tim, when you just couldn't find the handle. She was trying to pick the ball up and watch the runner at the same time. I'm going to let you handle that since you can read it probably better than I can.
Yes, I can. Yeah, as I said, the thing about softball is everything has to be done very quickly because of the short base paths. It's real easy for an error to easily score 2 runs. And that's exactly what happened that time. Just a few statistics on our pitcher, Miss Ryan for Hampton. We do want to thank the schools, by the way, Sally Ryan, the pitcher, for giving us the statistics. We like to have as many as we can to recognize the accomplishments of these young ladies.
Well, both of the coaches have been very exceptional, Tim, because I didn't get a chance to talk to them until today. And, excuse me, I was a little low there. But Richard McDonald and Beth Mayer both really appreciate all the help they've given us.
In 21 innings pitched, Sally Ryan has allowed 19 hits. And we certainly would be remiss if we didn't thank all the folks here at Francis Asbury Park for all of their help. Our director, Scotty Bowers, informs me that virtually the entire neighborhood was out here assisting in setting up this afternoon. So we truly appreciate all their efforts and thank them profusely for all of their help.
Another nice throw by Cleveland, Tim. Does a great job at that shortstop.
Rounding out shortstop to first is Sherry Roberts, and that'll bring up April Edwards. April had a single in the 2nd inning and scored the first Kecoughtan run.
Batting .364.
Foul down the 3rd base line for a strike. Bottom half of the 3rd inning. Hampton 3, Kecoughtan 3. Pitch is a little high, 1-1. Hit sharply to the shortstop, who can't handle the ball. And the ball gets into the outfield, and on first base will be April Edwards, and she smacked that ball pretty well.
Yeah, I tell you, that was hard to come up with that. She was moving to her left. She being the shortstop, Cleveland.
I'll tell you one thing, you better have one of your better fielders playing shortstop. She's had a lot of action here.
You got that right.
Jill Roberts is the batter. 1 out, 1 on. Squares around and shows bunt, takes the pitch. Or rather the throw to second is not in time. Close play. But April Edwards is able to steal second. And here's the play just a moment ago. So runner at second now. Roberts, switch hitter. She is batting from the left side. Ball is hit to the first baseman, and she almost threw it over to the second baseman covering, but then realized that she in fact herself would be able to make the play more easily. And anytime you don't have to handle the ball, you want to take that as your first option.
Got that right. That was a smart move.
So that's the second out of the inning. The runner, April Edwards, advances to third on the ground out. And that'll bring up the catcher, Jill Green, number 14.
And Jill's batting .300. She also plays on the varsity tennis and the basketball. She's a senior.
First pitch to Green is a ball.
Co-captain. She holds the record for runners thrown out from the catcher. I mean, that's great. That's a tough record to have. You got to have a good arm to do that.
2-0 the count. Runner at third, 2 away. The batter is Jill Green, and she takes this pitch, and it's a little inside. 3-0. Shows bunt, takes a call strike. Really didn't make a motion to bunt at it. She just kind of stuck her bat out there in case it accidentally hit it. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hit sharply to the third baseman. Good catch by the third baseman. Over to first in time, I do believe. Yes.
Oh, what a throw. And
that was a fine play.
And the first baseman just did hang on to it. That ball was like what they call it, a cone?
Snow cone. That was a snow cone, but an excellent play by Jenny Williams at third base to come up with that hot shot down the third baseline. And it was a good enough job just to have made the stop. But she didn't stop there. She went ahead and threw out the runner by a half a step. And that ends the third inning for the Kecoughtan Warriors. They get a hit, but no runs. You see this one again. Watch this fine play. This is a backhand play. She had to go to her knee to make the stop, and then threw the runner out for the third out of the inning and to stop the rally of the Warriors. So we've played 3 complete now of our 7 innings of regulation play, and we're all tied up at 3. And the girls are working on their tans this afternoon down here on the side. They got the water bottle out and keeping the cold fluids coming because it is a hot one. We are on the other hand in a nice, I better not tell everybody where we are. We're in this brand new press box here, nice and comfortable.
Oh, and great facilities here.
Air conditioned, absolutely.
Oh yeah, we got air coming from the front in the door and in the front
out the back. Trust me, this is a lot nicer than it was last year when we were out here. We came out here. They used to have a press box on top of the concession stand here, and last year they were in transition. When we were out here, they had not quite built this this little facility here. So we sat in the stands, and it was a little tough last year. We were kind of having to do everything on our laps and keep track of everything, but as always, the folks out here in Fox Hill are always very gracious hosts and did everything they could to make our stay comfortable last year. And there you see the press box here at Francis Asbury.
Can't quite see us inside, but that's Jerome huddled down there in the right-hand corner. And he's huddled down there. He's trying to stay in the shade, too, I think.
All right, the top half of the 4th inning is underway. And the batter for the Lady Crabbers is Jenny Williams, young lady who made that fine play to end the last inning, the third baseman.
Well, the coach said she's a strong player. Senior, been with him for 4 years, batting only 179, but she's one of the co-captains. It was all district team 92-93.
And her play on that last play of the inning saved a run for her team, so that could be an important play in the long run. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Jenny. This one is low in the dirt, 2-2. Top half of the 4th inning. Kecoughtan and Hampton. Girls fast pitch softball, Peninsula District.
Oh, right on the corner, Tim. Excellent pitch.
So Jenny Williams is a strikeout victim for the 2nd time this afternoon. And that'll bring up Courtney Spangler. She is the left fielder for Beth Mayer's team. Courtney got on last inning and scored the first run of the ball game for Hampton. She got on a base on balls and eventually scored.
3 years with the team, just a junior, batting .214.
This was right back to the pitcher, Kim Messick, over to first for the out. So a quick one hopper back to the pitcher, and the second out of the inning. Tabitha Montgomery will step to the plate. She is 1 for 1. She scored the second Hampton run. Tabitha plays second base for the Lady Crabbers. She hits a 2 second base. And an easy inning for the Warriors as 1, 2, 3 go the Hampton Crabbers in the top half of the fourth inning. 3 up, 3 down. And after 3 1/2 innings, our score remains Hampton 3, Kecoughtan 3. Due up in the bottom half of the fourth inning for the Warriors will be Emmy Whiting. And then the top of the order, Chrissy Lowry and pitcher Kim Messick. Want to make mention of the fact that we will have some additional boys baseball and hopefully some more girls softball down the road here. Games to be determined as we have the opportunity to do them. It's kind of a loosely scheduled situation here. Our Channel 5 crew, of course, works a lot of different venues for the Hampton City School System, and they are a very active, busy group. So we try to work all the different sporting events in as we can, along with all the regular scheduled programs that Channel 5 brings to you here on Warner Cable in Hampton. We're going to return to Francis Asbury Park with the bottom half of the fourth inning after a brief timeout.
As you were talking earlier, Tim, one of the things that concerns us when we're doing scheduling the ball games is, of course, Homework 2000. That's on Tuesday night, so that really knocks off any Tuesday games that we might try to get in. So, and this crew does a lot. It's just not, this isn't the only thing they do. If this is the only thing they do, we can do all the games. But stay real busy, and we'll even bring a couple soccer matches this year.
Emmy Whiting takes the first pitch high for a ball. Second pitch low. Oh, check that. Check that. Caught the knees. 1-1 the count.
Emmy batting .385.
Hits the ball fair down to the third baseman, Williams, and she's got this one down pat now as she throws the runner out easily for the first out of the inning. So Jenny Williams is on a streak here as she is really handling that third base position extremely well.
Well, that's at least 3 that I know of that she has thrown from that position. That's a long throw.
Top of the order now, Chrissy Lowry steps to the plate. She lined out in the first and had a sacrifice fly and an RBI in the second inning. So she is 0 for 1.
She's had 5 RBIs this year, batting .333.
Ryan falls behind 2-0. Delivers, call strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. One away.
He called those corners, Tim.
One away here in the top, the bottom rather of the fourth inning. This was a little low. It's 3-1. And our score is 3-3. Fouled down the third base line, out of play. So the count is full, and it looks like Chrissy might have hit that one off of her leg.
I think she got it right off her toe. Yeah. I thought she did when that ball came out, but it's...
And I'll tell you something, that is something that smarts. And right now, she'd agree with me. So a full count.
You're trying to tell me that gets your attention, huh?
Yeah, that wakes you up. Full count. 1 away. Pitch is high for a ball, so a base on balls is issued to Chrissy Lowry. And the Warriors now with a base runner with 1 away, and the batter is Kim Messick. She grounded out in the first inning and walked in the second. 0 for 1. Shows bunt.
Batting .407, Tim. She's been played 44 innings, has been up at bat 27 times, has got 11 hits.
Runner went down to second on the pitch. This one's popped up. Pitcher calls for it and makes the grab as Sally Ryan helps her own cause with the play. So now 2 away. Runner remains at second, and it'll bring up April Burnett. April had a single in the first, and she popped out to the catcher in the second.
7 hits at 14 times at bat for this young lady.
First pitch to April is in the dirt, and the ball gets away from the catcher, and Chrissy Lowry advances to third. So the Warriors with the go-ahead run at third with 2 away. April Burnett, the batter, turns around and shows bunt, and then takes the call strike. 1-1 the count. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch and a foul down the third baseline.
Well, that was inside, but she said, I want to hit that ball. That looks like it's so big I can hit it. She had Coach McDonald doing a little jump over there.
She definitely got out in front of that one.
Maybe he's a little Irish jig or something. I wasn't sure, but he was doing a high step.
A ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt. And the runner is coming, and she is safe at home with the go-ahead run. So the pitch got away from the catcher, and Lowry very alertly took advantage of the situation to score from third base. So that's another case of the walks will kill you. Chrissy Lowry got on base with a base on balls and ultimately scored. Let's see the replay of this. The ball gets away from the catcher. You just can't get it over there quickly enough.
She was moving.
Outside for a ball. And a miss. The ball gets away from the catcher. The runner can run, and in time with the throw down to first base. So a real close play.
And a great throw, Tim.
Yep, the catcher had to make a good throw to get the runner. But the Warriors come up with 1 run as Chrissy Lowry walks and eventually scores. And she becomes the go-ahead run for the Kecoughtan Warriors after 4 complete. 7 innings is regulation play. You just joined us. You're watching the Lady Crabbers and the Kecoughtan Lady Warriors battling it out here at Francis Asbury Park. Hampton 1-7 on the season. Kecoughtan 6-2. Crabbers fell behind 3-0 and came back and tied the ball game with a 3-run rally in the 3rd inning. And now the Kecoughtan Warriors have gone ahead in the 4th by the score of 4-3. Our pitchers, Sally Ryan for Hampton, Kim Messick for Kecoughtan. If you're enjoying the coverage here on Channel 5,
Yeah, there's a nice little crowd here. It's a hot day, and of course these games start at 4, and a lot of people aren't off work yet. But we've got a nice little crowd here today.
The batters for the Hampton Crabbers here in the top of the 5th. The leadoff batter will be the pitcher, Sally Ryan, and she'll be followed by the top of the order, Vivian Washington and Missy Reitman. Ryan struck out her only other time at bat.
Just a sophomore. Young lady is 2 more years. Her pitching will get better as she matures and gets stronger.
Hits the ball. It looks like it'll be in the gap, but a nice play by the center fielder. That's Valerie White coming over to make the catch.
I thought that looked like Valerie. She got a good jump on the ball.
So 1 away now, and the batter is Vivian Washington. Vivian is 2 for 2 on the afternoon, has scored a run. Squares around and shows bunt, and the ball is in the dirt for a ball. Umpires today, Bill Petridge behind the plate, Bill Gregory on the bases. And I'll tell you, there have been some bang plays on the bases. Mr. Gregory has had to make some tough calls.
Yes, he has. Looking at what Beth Mayer has told me, that this young Miss Washington is the quickest runner, and she says watch for her to bunt and steal. First year playing, has a great attitude. He's a junior. Batting .231.
Certainly will improve her batting average this afternoon with a 2 for 2 performance so far.
Absolutely.
1-1 account as she went around on the attempted bunt. Takes the next pitch outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Hits the ball foul, out of play. Hits the
hit the pole.
Bounce back into play. Of course, the ball is dead once it hits the pole. And that evens the count up at 2-2.
I tell you, they might say watch her bunt, but I think she's a good little hitter. She makes good contact with the ball.
Messick winds and delivers. The pitch is fouled back, out of play. Count remains 2-2. 1 out here in the top of the 5th in the dirt. So the count runs full now. Fouled at the plate. So Vivian Washington is getting her number of licks at the plate. She's not being shortchanged by any means on this and that.
Tim, this is their first year. She's a good little athlete.
Count remains full. This was popped up. Shortstop April Edwards makes the grab for the second out. So with 2 away, the batter will be the catcher, Missy Reitman. She is 0 for 1 this afternoon. She struck out in the first and walked in the third. First pitch to Missy is a little high for a ball.
.480 average, sophomore, first year playing with the Lady Crabbers.
Swing and a miss at a high pitch. Always was my downfall. Can't stay away from those high pitches.
They look so good up there.
You can see them too well. That's
yeah, I guess that's it.
Just a little outside.
Oh, no. I thought he called a ball, too, Tim. Then
I thought he said ball, but in fact he said strike. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Kim Messick painting the corners here. That one is a little high. 2-2 the count. 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on. And a good eye on the batter because that one was pretty close. Runs the count full now. Let's see Reitman. And this one is in the dirt for ball 4. So the batter will go to first and it'll bring up the shortstop, Brandy Cleveland. Brandy has been very busy this afternoon at shortstop.
She really has. She's a natural and very competitive athlete, the coach says. Just a sophomore again. Has been there 2 years for the Lady Crabbers, batting .214.
Takes the first pitch for a call ball. Call ball. My vantage point is not at all a good one, and whenever I'm questioning the umpire, it's not a matter of my disagreeing with him. It's a matter of not being sure what he might have called. Umpiring core group has done a good job this afternoon.
Tim, we did the baseball game. I thought we had great umpires at the baseball game the other day.
Truly not an easy task by any means.
Yeah, we was talking about the hardest position to play, and you said it's not one of the 9 positions out there.
No, not for me it isn't. Umpiring is the toughest position. 3 balls and no strikes, and the strike called.
Yeah, she was taking all the way on that one.
Brandy Cleveland.
Good shot
in
of
the first
Randy.
inning. Caught stealing. Popped out in the 3rd. She hits this one high to right center, and Valerie White is there to make the grab. And that is it for the Crabbers in the 5th. So they get a runner on the base on balls, and they leave 1 runner. And after 4 1/2 innings, it's Kecoughtan 4 and the Lady Crabbers 3. See Valerie White going back to the dugout. Due up for the Warriors in the bottom half of the 5th inning, none less than Valerie White. She'll be followed by the designated hitter Sherry Roberts and April Edwards are the due up batters. And again, we want to thank the fine folks here in Fox Hill and Francis Asbury Park for all of their assistance and friendliness to our crew this afternoon in preparing to bring you this contest. A lot of people put together to bring you these events, and we certainly appreciate all of their help.
Oh, we do that. It's not easy to just come set up. You got to have some groundwork done before we get here, and they just outdid themselves today, the people here at Fox Hill. We really appreciate it.
I want to remind you that some of the upcoming coverage that we do have plans for will include a soccer doubleheader coming up in, I believe that's the 11th of May, I believe is the day we'll be over at Darling Stadium for that soccer event. And we also hope to have more baseball and softball. And then, of course, as Hampton City School teams advance to postseason play, we will also bring you as much of that coverage as we can. Over the years, these teams from Hampton have done extremely well in that department.
Yeah, they have that.
Kecoughtan is a perennial favorite to postseason play in softball, baseball.
Yeah, well, look at baseball. You got Kecoughtan #1, Bethel #2, and Hampton #3. I mean, that says a lot for the Hampton coaches and athletes in the Hampton system. Valerie White batting .545, Tim, has 12 hits at 22 at bats.
She is 0 for 1 this afternoon, and she fouls this one back for strike 2. So Sally Ryan is out in front.
But she leads the team in RBIs, has 10 RBIs coming into the game. got some good speed, and that's why she's out there in that center field. She can move a lot of ground out there, cover a lot of ground.
Hit sharply to Alexandra at shortstop, and with Valerie White's speed, she will not get her unless she handle that ball cleanly. So White starts off the inning with an error on the shortstop. And now the batter will get a chance to watch the well, they didn't quite get the coverage of the shortstop, but that was the runner going down nonetheless. And this is the designated hitter, Sherry Roberts. Sherry is 0 for 2 this afternoon. Shows bunt. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Valerie White is down to second with ease. Aside from the umpire's position being the toughest, in my opinion, the catcher is a close second, and everyone else is a distant third.
Well, you got that right. That's not a...
Missy Reitman with the heavy, warm gear on this afternoon and battling that low pitch that Sally Ryan has been delivering a lot of the time.
Well, Sherry was all-district designated hitter in '93. So, and as you said, she goes from one side of the plate to the other.
Ball is in the dirt for ball 2. Runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Roberts showed bunt, but takes ball 3. Delivers ball 4, so runners at first and second now. Nobody out, and the batter is the shortstop, April Edwards. The signature long hair. Miss Edwards has had that shoulder, or rather waist-length hair, for as long as I can recall. In the dirt for a ball. Remember last year, same thing. She had that long hair and on the basketball court.
Yeah, she could almost hide the basketball in it.
Yep. 1 ball and no strikes. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. The bunt laid down nicely. Pitcher covered, but not in time. The ball gets away from Williams. Recovered quickly by the left fielder, but not in time to prevent the speedy Valerie White from scoring.
What a beautiful bunt. I mean, that was just excellent.
So the designated hitter who reached on the base on balls goes to second. April Edwards will be on first. 1 run across, and still nobody out. And a conference at the mound as Beth Baird will get a chance to watch some of this again.
There you can see the ball just got right by the third baseman.
Quickly recovered by the left fielder, but not at all in time to stop the score. There you see it. Score now is 5-3 in favor of the Warriors. And to the plate comes Jill Roberts.
Well, we have Jill Roberts and Sherry Roberts, and they are twins. She also is on the varsity cross country and basketball. This isn't the only team that has twins. I was talking to Wade Trainman that he's got 2 freshmen, 1 pitches and 1 catches, and they're identical twins.
First pitch is fouled out of play.
And they know that one is 3 minutes older than the other. And she says, I mean, it's just like, that's my badge. I'm the oldest. You got to listen to me.
Runners at first and second. 0-1 the count. Nobody out. In the dirt for a ball. 1-1. Another nice bunt laid down. The pitcher covering and will not be able to get anybody.
Well, the second baseman wasn't over there when she was ready to throw, and she didn't want to throw even though the second baseman was moving. So
truly that was the correct play, because otherwise it would probably have been thrown away and resulted in a lot more damage. Right now you've got a forced play at any base, and certainly at home plate as Jill Green steps in. Jill is 1 for 2, singled in the second and grounded out in the third.
One of the co-captains for this, the Lady Warriors.
Takes the first pitch inside for a ball. So the bases are full of Warriors. Still nobody out. One run across here in the fifth. Ball 2 a little high. Outside corner for a call strike. Two and one the count. Ball 3. So Sally Ryan in a bit of a jam here now with nobody out. Bases loaded and a 3-1 count to the batter. Ball 4, and that'll force a run in. And the bases continue to be loaded, and now the batter is the second baseman, Emmy Whiting. Six to 3 in favor of Kecoughtan. Strike call.
Emma played shortstop last year, Tim, and then moved over to second. Seniors also in the Key Club.
Swing and a miss. High for a ball. 2-2 the count. Bases full. And as you see on your screen, nobody out. In the dirt. And a quick throw down to third, not in time. Richard McDonald having a word with April Edwards down there, told her to make sure she gets back in time.
I think we're going to have a pitching change. Well, maybe not. Beth wanted some clarification on something.
So 3-2 is the count to the batter.
I was talking to Beth, and
that was ball 4. It's of little consequence that the ball was thrown over like that.
She said she was working a softball clinic this weekend and got hit in the head. said she's had this tremendous headache all day today.
And I think her headache is getting worse all of a sudden here.
Yeah, I think so.
The Crabbers have given up 3 runs here. Bases are still loaded, and there's still nobody out. Leadoff batter Chrissy Lowry steps in. The Warriors with the big rally going. Crabbers need a break here. Call strike to Lowry. 7-3 in favor of Kecoughtan. Ball hit to the shortstop. Over to third, not in time, or at least it was in time, but it was not handled by the third baseman. And that allows the run to score.
Tim, that's the hardest throw to make sometimes, is that one that's only about 4, 5, 6 feet away, and you have a tendency to throw it too hard, or it's a tough throw to make.
So the bases are still loaded, and the pitcher Kim Messick steps in. She'll take a call strike. High for a ball. The dirt. So Sally Ryan having a tough time of it here. She's really struggling with her control. Has walked in a couple of runs and has fallen behind on the batter. 2 balls and 1 strike. This one is low as well. So the Crabbers in jeopardy of forcing in yet another run. Messick is the batter. 3-1 the count. Swing at a ball outside the strike zone, so a little break there for Sally Ryan.
She'll take all she can get at this point.
Yep. Fouled down the third baseline, out of play.
Trying to get young Mr. Davenport down there on top of the van, see if he's awake.
Count remains full. Yet another run is going to be walked in. And Beth Mayer will go to the mound and will make a pitching change, I would assume. So the other pitcher listed for the Lady Crabbers is...
Yeah, wrong one.
I was waiting for you to tell me who it was.
Well, I'm going to try to see if I can find it. Cleveland.
So Brandy Cleveland, the shortstop.
She's pitched 36 innings. This year, I'm trying to figure out what some of these things mean. You understand those better than I do.
See if I can decipher some of these for you. Let's see. She has pitched 36 innings, allowed 21 hits. She has a 1-win, 6-loss record, a 5.44 ERA. Allowed 3 doubles, 2 triples. Has struck out 25 while walking 43. Started 7 games. Yeah, I mean, they've got this computer stuff here, the stat manager anymore here, Bob. They got the number of pitches she's thrown, the number of strikes
really?
and balls. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
She's caused the hitters to ground out 30 times, fly out 31 times. "44 steals have been made by her. She's not allowed a hit to a left-handed batter, though. So you got to look for the positive here.
All right.
Now, she's done real fine. She's only got a 5.44 ERA. That's pretty good. And she will take over an unenviable task here with the bases still full of Warriors.
Yeah, that's a position that it's tough to walk into.
She's got 5 runs already in on the inning. Pitch got away momentarily from Missy Reitman, but she is able to pick it up.
She's a little faster as the windmill approach rather than the whip type of motion that Ryan had.
In the dirt, so she too falls behind the batter. That's April Burnett at the plate with the bases loaded still and nobody out. So quickly a 3-0 count to the batter. And now a call strike. So tough situation to come into with the bases loaded, and you get about 8 warm-up pitches. And
I was going to say she didn't get a whole lot of warm-up pitches. You're right. She's been throwing the ball overhand all day long from that shortstop. Now she's got to throw underhanded and get about 8 warm-up. That's a tough position to come in.
She does walk in another run as April Burnett will go down to first base, and now Valerie White will come up for the 2nd time in the inning. She started this all off by reaching on an error in the top of the 5th. Six runs across. It's 10-3 in favor of the Warriors. Call strike. This is popped up and is just out of play. Good effort by both the catcher and the pitcher to make the attempt at catching it, but couldn't quite get there. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. First time in a while the Crabbers have been ahead on the count. This is in the dirt. 2-2, and still nobody out. That one got away from her. And I'm not sure where everybody's going. That is only ball 3. That is only ball 3. There's runners everywhere. No time has been called. I'm waiting for the Crabbers to realize that they have players on the field off the bases. Now the count is full, but that was only ball 3. An opportunity for the Crabbers there. They could have gotten somebody out as the ball was in play. And a swing and a miss. There will be no advance of the runner. The first base has to be open for the runner to advance on a situation like that. So finally, the Crabbers are able to get the first out of the inning. Boy, they missed a chance a minute ago there with runners all off the bases with no timeout call.
Everybody thought that there was, well, not everybody, but few of them thought that was like ball 4. And
the runners were advancing to and walking towards their bases. The Crabbers could have cleaned house if they would have realized that. And the umpire, to his credit, didn't call anything because nothing was to be called. I mean, the ball was live. The play was going on. It wasn't his place to call anything.
That's right.
In fact, he finally had to motion to Valerie White to come back to home plate because she wasn't allowed to go to first base yet. First pitch is fouled back by Sarah Roberts, the designated hitter, up for the second time. She walked and scored in the 5th, which we are still in the 5th. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Warriors still with the bases loaded.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what we've changed here. We've got Courtney Sprangler now at first base, and Jenny Reitman went from first to shortstop. So evidently Ryan went out to left field. Man, that's where I'm trying to figure out what happened. I knew she did some switching around.
How does that look?
Yeah, that might be easy for you to understand. Where do I put my X?
Drew you a little graph there, boss.
Well, okay. If you understand it, you're the one that's got to read it, because that doesn't mean nothing to me.
2-2, 1 away. Bottom half of the 5th inning. The Warriors have broken this one wide open. Strike 3 called. So after a slow start,
getting warmed up a little bit. Getting some pitches in, and
Randy Cleveland has struck out consecutive batters, and it brings up April Edwards with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Much better velocity on the pitch.
Yeah, and she was doing a little motion with her arm, pitching arm, when she first got out there to kind of get her into the flow, but she's not doing it now, and she is, well, there she did it.
No, she still does it most of the time. Fouled back out of play.
Almost got the truck.
So ahead on the count now with the bases loaded. So after walking the first batter she faced, Randy Cleveland has settled down and has struck out 2 consecutive and is ahead on the count with April Edwards looking at 0-2. Little high. Ball and 2 strikes. Six runs across so far in the 5th. And a 10-3 lead for the Warriors. In the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but good job of covering by the pitcher. Prevents the run from scoring.
And she let everybody know I wanted the ball. I think it scared the base runner. But about halfway down the line, she turned around and ran back to third.
Two and two the count. Bill Petridge getting a workout there as he indicates to all sides of the field what the count is. Twos are wild. Two out, 2 and 2 the count. Popped up right side, maybe in play. No, they can't quite get to it. So kind of a case of three players all thinking the other one had the play. And as a result, none of them make the play.
It sounded like the first baseman yelled she had it, and then somebody else said something, so she just backed off, and that would have been should have been a fairly easy put out.
Beth Mayer is out there talking to the umpire. I don't know whether the base runner yelled something as she was headed down towards first or what. I won't even try and speculate. Shouldn't even suggest that because I don't know what happened, but they are meeting to discuss something here, and unfortunately we really can't tell you what that is.
And she's trying to make her point.
So the ball dropped between three players, harmlessly enough for the Warriors, and a big break for Kecoughtan, because that, had it been caught, would have stopped this big rally. A full count with the bases loaded now. Hit to the third baseman. She'll step on the bag and end the inning.
No foul, nothing hurt off of that pop ball not being caught then.
But the Warriors are able to get 6 runs in the inning and expand their lead now to a 7-run difference after 5 full innings.
Well, the camera, that was a long inning, Tim. I didn't put a stopwatch on it.
So we're told that the official counter was a 42-minute inning. We'll have to worry about hitting rush hour on the way home, right? So we move to the top half of the 6th inning. And due up for the Lady Crabbers will be Jenny Reitman, Tori Howard, and Jenny Williams. As the Crabbers now trailing by 7 runs. And unfortunately for Hampton, the lack of control from the pitchers led to their downfall that inning as much as any. I think there were 4 walks in that inning that resulted in runs. So pitcher for Kecoughtan will continue to be Kim Messick. And her battery mate will be the same, Jill Green. Everybody kind of taking it easy here between innings. You can see Richard McDonald over there. And he's going to have a word with Coach Mayer, and we'll play nonetheless. The first pitch of the inning is a little high for a ball. Batter is Jenny Reitman. Messick delivers just outside. Nope, not. Boy, he's so slow with that arm coming up. I thought he'd gone the ball.
Fall asleep here between his calls.
1-1 the count. That one is a ball. 3-1. So Messick might have had a chance to cool her arm off a little bit with that long rally. That could be to her detriment.
That happens. That does happen.
She loses Reitman to the base on balls to start the 6th.
You want your team to score a lot of runs. That goes without saying, but you're right. Sometimes the long inning, that 42-minute inning, can hurt a opposing pitcher.
Now we have a substitution as Lindsay Hardison will bat for Tori Howard.
Let's see what I have on Hardison here.
Two balls and no strikes.
She started first base 6 games this year. Just a freshman his first year.
Pitch is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and down to second safely.
Well, she's batting .250, Tim. 5 hits at 20 at bats. Very eager to learn the game.
So Reitman is at second now with nobody out. Call strike. 3-1 the count. Nobody out, runner on second. Fouled out of play. And a swing and a miss. So Hardison becomes a strikeout victim. And due up is Jenny Williams, number 24, and that's who will step to the plate. Jenny 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Did a good job down there defensively on third base.
Boy, that was a tough call. That looked like she got her. That was a good throw. If the third baseman held on to the ball, it did look like she got her, but right on the play. And you know, to the defense of the officials, there's only one base umpire, so he's got to cover a lot of ground out there. But that play was a real close call.
Yeah, it really was.
So Jenny Williams at the plate now with a runner at third, and she hits the ball sharply to shortstop, and a run will score. So a good-looking base hit from Jenny Williams.
Well,
and the Crabbers have a bit of a rally going here.
Well, that steal is one that got her in scoring position. There's a big call down there.
So now Courtney Spangler will step to the plate. Walked and grounded out. She takes the first pitch. It's a strike. Here's the play at third.
Oh, man, you're right, Tim.
Looked like she might have gotten her, but no, it was a tough call.
Yeah, it really was, but I see what you're talking about. That was a good throw because the throw was down low.
Yep. Swing and a miss.
Good camera work, fellas.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Courtney Spangler. This one's in the dirt. Good job by Jill Green to prevent Jenny Williams from moving down to second on the low pitch. One away here in the 6th. This one's high for a ball. Ball 4 is called, and Spangler will take first. Jenny Williams will move to second. And now Tabitha Montgomery is the batter. She is 1 for 2. Strike called. Pitch is a little high and outside for a ball. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and a quick throw down to second. Gets away, but wisely covered nicely by Valerie White. So the runner, not particularly fast, wisely held up at second because White was quick to get there.
It's what I always talked about Valerie. We've seen her play basketball and softball here at Kecoughtan for many years, and she's got real good quickness.
So Tabitha Montgomery goes down on strikes for the second out, and it'll bring up the pitcher, now left fielder, Sally Ryan. Runners at first and second. Pitch was low for a ball. Hit to the shortstop. April Edwards over to second in time for the third out.
Might have been able to make it had she slid in there.
Yeah, by coming in upright, she really did prevent herself from being safe. So the Crabbers pick up a run and a hit, and after 5.5 innings, they trail the Warriors by the score of 10-4. As you see the replay of the final out of the inning. So due up in the bottom half of the 6th inning for Kecoughtan will be Jill Roberts, Jill Green, and Emmy Whiting. And right now we're going to take a brief timeout. We'll return to Francis Asbury Park for the conclusion of our game after this timeout. So we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Kecoughtan on top by the score of 10-4. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz bringing you this Peninsula District girls softball game between Kecoughtan and Hampton.
We're going to have some changes, and
good. I'll let you take care of the changes.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks, Tim.
Well, we'll let you know as the changes occur. We'll might probably have some substitutions and some batting changes, but the official scorer right now is being notified of those changes. There you're looking at Brandy Cleveland, who has come on in relief of Sally Ryan for the Lady Crabbers, and did a pretty good job. She walked the first batter she faced in the 5th, and then struck out 2 and got the 3rd one to ground out. So she was effective in her efforts. Every time I come out to this park, it reminds me of the old days when Fox Hill had their fast pitch men's softball, their semi-pro softball team.
You see some great action out here.
Boy, I guess you did. You come out here and see people like Jess Kersey, who of course made his fame in the NBA as a referee, but he was a local celebrity, if you will, as a player for the Fox Hill team. A lot of fine players came through the ranks here. In fact, I don't know their history exactly. It's been so long, to be quite honest with you, but they did participate in some world championship battles. I remember the Clearwater Bombers visited here as well as they visited Clearwater. And of course, anyone who knows anything about men's fast pitch softball, the Clearwater Bombers were synonymous with that game. But through the years, some spectacular play. Used to play double headers out here on the Friday and Saturday nights and fill this place. Used to have, 1,500 fans and 2 million mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, they had the mosquitoes up here, and people come and feed off of them. That's Leslie Jenkins, number 13, who just flat out to left field, Tim. She's just a freshman, plays infield, outfield as a pitcher, and is also on a JV basketball team. That was one of the moves that Coach made. And who we have now, we got number 20, Valerie White's batting, so she's staying in. So who did Leslie bat for? Must have been April Burdette.
Well, I don't know, but Valerie White isn't due up. That's for certain. Valerie White was up in the 5th inning, and she was the first out in the 5th inning. And 2 players after her, the inning was ended, so she can't possibly be up, and that's what's going on right now. They're getting that straightened out.
Well, we got Andy McKinney over there and Christy Cole. See, McKinney's going to come in.
Now that I can go for, but Valerie White being up, that would have caused an automatic out had she stepped to the plate and had been detected by the Lady Crabbers. She would have batted out of order, and it certainly would have resulted in an out being called. So we do in fact have a substitution. That is Andy McKinney, number 21.
A young lady, I'm very familiar with her daddy, Pete. Played ball for me when I coached at Sims many years ago. Too many years ago, as a matter of fact.
Got a daughter in high school, that should tell you something, right? Out of play.
Almost got the front of Scotty's truck.
Andy comes into the game batting .250 on the season. One out here in the bottom half of the 6th. Brandy Cleveland continues to be the pitcher. She has now put on the cap to keep some of that sun out of her eyes. And she's also gotten rid of that little strange movement of her arm some of the time. I think she still goes to that, but it's kind of a, I'm sure it's a habit that she got into of a certain movement to get herself into the wind-up motion.
And get her in a kind of a rhythm too, I'm sure.
Swing and a miss. And that is the 2nd out of the inning.
And Christy Cole, a little freshman, is up to bat.
No relation, I should add.
Oh, I thought maybe that some young lady you might know. Different spelling.
Different spelling of the last name. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. An opportunity here for Richard McDonald to get some of the players who haven't played in the ballgame. Inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And she goes to that little unusual wind-up again every now and then. She kind of likes that.
Yeah, it just gives her a little different feel, I guess.
It's her own little style, see?
Yeah.
Everybody has to have their own thing. High for a ball. 3-0 the count. Excuse me, 3-1 rather. With 2 away here in the 6th. And a timeout for some equipment adjustment, looks like, on our catcher. Missy Reitman. She's done a good job this afternoon.
She does. She noticed that little cap that she's got on. That was what Beth Mayer was talking to Coach McDonald about. Their cap, evidently, was something wrong with it, so Kecoughtan loaned them one of their hard caps to for the catcher to wear. That was cooperation at its.
And now something has happened. I looked down to do my score sheet here, and somehow the runner went off past the bag and went around and then was tagged out. So I'm not sure what the call was, but we do know that the...
Well, I think what happened now, I may be wrong, but once you get on first base, you cannot leave if the pitcher is in the circle, Tim, and has not pitched the ball. And that's what she did. She got the first, and then she made a bluff like she was going to go to second. Well, you can't do that, evidently, because the pitcher still had the ball, so she wasn't tagged out. But
whatever the reason,
Cleveland ran over and gave the ball real quick to the umpire. Said, "Okay, I'm out of here."
Before he changes his mind.
I'm out of here.
So that means as we move to the top half of the 7th and final inning, Kecoughtan leading 10-4. Kim Messick will continue to pitch, and she will have, as the batters due up in this inning, top of the order, Vivian Washington, Missy Reitman, and Brandy Cleveland. A 6-run deficit for the Lady Crabbers.
We got some new positions out, new people out there for the Crabbers.
The Crabbers or the Warriors?
I'm sorry, the Warriors. Missy Melissa?
Melissa Union.
She's on first base.
Who's on first base?
Miss Union, number 16.
I couldn't resist it.
I know. Number 8, Elaine Kessler is now the shortstop.
We're going to get a chance to see here and see if we can detect if we in fact have it on camera. Well, yeah, there's, okay, so that's what she did. She bluffed to second, apparently. We're only concluding this. And the pitcher was in the pitcher's circle, so that was an illegal move and cost her the out. Fouled back on the first pitch by Vivian Washington for a strike.
And if I don't get to look at the back of these young ladies' uniforms and pick up the numbers, I apologize for not letting people know if their daughter or friend or all is in the ball game, but we'll pick them up when we can.
1-1 the count. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count to the batter. Vivian Washington. She is 2 for 3 with a run scored this afternoon, and she takes ball 4, so she will trot down to first base.
Christy Cole is on second. So I think I got him first and second.
Got to pick him up when you can, right? And Missy Reitman is the batter. First pitch to Missy is a strike called. Fouled out of play. Ball came right back.
Man, that was like a boomerang. What is?
0-2 the count. Fouled back out of play again. Runner was going on the pitch, but the ball is fouled out of play. So Messick continues to throw strikes. Throw down to second. Not in time. The ball got loose. And
great catch.
Yep. So Vivian Washington does a little dance on second as she steals the base.
Well, I'm impressed with Elaine Kessler catching that ball and almost making a tag. Although she did bobble it after the tag was made. But
chance to see this on replay.
See that?
I thought she got her.
Oh, she did get her. I thought she'd fumble the ball. There it is. See, the ball came out, Tim.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
And you see Bill Gregory waiting to make sure that ball was held on to, and when it wasn't held on to, the throw was in time, but you're right. She didn't hold on to the ball.
Well, that's that camera work. Excellent camera work, fellas.
Foul down the third base line. Speaking of camera work, we want to take the opportunity to acknowledge the fine effort from our crew this afternoon. Of course, our director, Scotty Boom Boom Bowers.
Boom Boom.
We got Jerome Young behind the plate here. Who else we got working the crew this afternoon?
Well, we got Bev is in the truck running the slow motion machine, and Bianca Petaway is doing the graphics, and we got young Davenport down in the left field line and Trevor down on the right field line. So we got everything's caught on. I tell you, they're starting to do a good job here. It's not easy to go from football to basketball to softball, baseball. A little different.
3-2 the count. Runner at second is Washington, and the ball is in the dirt. Washington will advance to third on the low pitch. So the Crabbers now with runners at the corners, and the runner at first will advance to second. So the pitcher was not in that circle.
So that's the key. That was the key to that the other young lady.
So that was Reitman who very alertly went down to second when there was some confusion. And now Brandy Cleveland will be the batter. Brandy started at shortstop, has come on to pitch very effectively in relief of Sally Rye. Oh yeah, Mr. Young was mentioned. He was the first cameraman I mentioned.
Oh yeah, we won't never forget Jerome.
He's a veteran, see.
He would stand up here in front of us and block our view.
He's a veteran cameraman. We knew where Jerome was right here in front of us. 2 balls and no strikes to Cleveland, so Kim Messick might be tiring here. She's thrown a lot of pitches this afternoon.
She really has, and that shot you're seeing right now comes from Jerome.
Pitch is a called strike. Count now is 3-1 to Brandy Cleveland. Nobody out. Crabbers have runners at second and third. They trail by 6, but this game is not over by any means. Call strike, so the count is full now. And I'll tell you, I'm sure that Richard McDonald is going to remind his young ladies that this game is far from over. Washington almost came home and then decided to not do so as the ball was retrieved quickly, but that does load the bases for
Yeah, well, Missy Reitman was 3/4 of the way down the third. She said, if you're going in, Vivian, I'm going to be on third.
So Kim, having some control problems here, walks the batter and loads the bases. And the batter is Jenny Reitman. Bases loaded, nobody out. Call strike on the outside corner. Hits sharply to the third baseman, and she tags the runner and gets both runners for a double play.
How about that?
Excellent job down at third base by Chrissy Lowry. Heads up play. I'm not sure how you put this in the scorebook.
Well, it's well, 5-2. I don't know.
I don't know either. Doesn't matter. There's 2 outs.
It's 2 outs.
Here, watch this again. Lowry grabs the ball, tags the runner on third, and then tags the runner coming to third for a double play.
And they had to be moving because they were being forced to move.
Yeah, they were forced to run. The bases were loaded. So just like that, the Crabbers, on a play that looked like it might be a tough chance, and Chrissy Lowry very alertly got 2 outs on the play. So now runners at first and second, 2 away. I think that would be real easy pick there. Chrissy Lowry is a player of the game on that one.
Absolutely.
Fouled back, out of play. The batter is Kim Dale. No, check that. Number 11 for Hampton, rather.
Number 11 for Hampton. That's got to be
substitution here. Jeanette Stone.
Jeanette Stone, just a freshman.
Did she hold up? Throw down to third in time to complete the third out, and Chrissy Lowry
she got them all.
Did it all herself.
Did them all herself.
So the Crabbers load the bases with nobody out and couldn't get a run across as Chrissy Lowry almost single-handedly, with the help of a good throw from the catcher that time, got the third out of the game. And as you see, there's the play real quickly. Good throw down to third, and Lowry waiting on the runner easily tagged her out for the third out and the final out of this ball game. So the final score, the Kecoughtan Warriors improved their record to 7-2 with a 10-4 victory over the Lady Crabbers. For Bob Hintz, this is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.